Welcome to TGM101, Principles of Global Management. In this welcome video, I am going to talk about two different topics. So I've broken this introductory video, into two parts. In this first part, part 1A, I'm just going to introduce the topics we'll cover in the course, and as well as my own background. And then in part 1B, I'm going to introduce you to a framework for analysis, some tools for analysis, that we'll be using in the first part of this course. So let's start, though, by just talking about what topics we'll talk about in this course. You see, we will start with Module 1, the Tools for Analysis, Understanding Trends and Developments in the Global Business Environment. And these tools for analysis that I'll be introducing you to are tools that, in fact, we insist that every Thunderbird student, whether an undergraduate student or a graduate student, acquires at some point during the undergraduate or graduate program. So this is something that you will have in common with every other Thunderbird student. These tools, we believe, are extremely useful for trying to make sense of what's going on in the global economy, understanding trade wars, understanding why governments do certain things in certain ways. And we believe that this is an essential part of your training as an international manager and a global leader to understand how to make sense of what's going on in the global economy. As part of that, in the first part of this course, we'll also go into some depth on two key institutions of the global economy: the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the World Trade Organization, WTO. These two institutions can have a major impact on your ability to do business or lead organizations throughout the world. So it's essential that any international manager has a working understanding of these organizations and the kind of impact they can have on the business environment of a region or the global economy as a whole, or even specific countries. As we continue with the course, naturally we will cover key concepts, key principles of global business strategy, foreign direct investment, global marketing, and global human resource strategy. And we'll also put a special emphasis, because it is so now an essential part, an integral part of international business, topics related to corporate social responsibility and global business ethics. So these are the topics we'll be covering in the course. And just a little bit about my background as your professor. This is the kind of thing that I have studied throughout my career, during my academic career, as well as since working for various organizations. I did work for some time at a large pharmaceutical company in Brazil, Pharmacy in Upjohn. It was later acquired by an even larger pharmaceutical company. I worked in Brazil at that company. But I have also done consulting work for the World Bank, the Chilean government, and many corporations throughout the world. And at Thunderbird, of course, all of our faculty are very global. But I teach, as you can see, these are the courses that I teach. Among them is this course itself, Principles of Global Management. But in the graduate program, I lead field seminars primarily in Latin America. I'm also, of course, serving as now the Associate Dean of Thunderbird undergraduate program. So I urge you to contact me if you have any concerns or issues or anything that might arise as you go through this program. I urge you to feel free to drop me an email at any time, roy.nelson@asu.edu. Just a little bit more about my background. Although my own focus of my own research has been on Latin America, and specifically business government relations in emerging markets, especially Latin America. Of course, as part of Thunderbird, I've taught in executive MBA programs all over the world. In fact, I was academic director of an executive MBA program in Sao Paulo, Brazil for many years. And of course, I've also been a visiting professor at many other universities. So that's a little bit about my background. Now in part 1B, I'm going to introduce you to this framework for analysis that we'll use in the initial part of this course.